Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I told you I had a plan to make consistent videos. So this video is oil pastels. I'm just sort of comparing them in this video. Well, swatching them, not really comparing them. There's a little bit of comparison, but it's mostly just swatches. Some of these were new. I have recently been through an oil pastel phase and I really like them. I love the painterliness. I really like, how do I put this? I really like messy stuff. Messy, sketchy, textured stuff, I think. And oil pastels are really good for that. So I've just been really in an oil pastel mood. So I decided to compare all of my oil pastels. I decided I wanted to talk about creative cycles though, because I've been thinking about it a lot lately and it's been very interesting to me to figure out my own creative cycles. So I don't know, I'm curious to see if other people have this too. Like, does anyone else have creative cycles that they've noticed about themselves? Surely I'm not the only one. So my cycles are a little bit frustrating. And they're not always in the same order, but I've definitely figured out phases. So they don't always go in this order, but it normally starts with excitement. So maybe I've got a new art supply, or maybe I've been looking at some videos online and I just get really excited. I'm like, oh my god, sketchbooks are cool. I love sketchbooks. I love drawing. I love messy, chunky sketchbooks. And it's amazing. And art is amazing. And I love everything. And everything's pretty. And I want to paint everything. And I'm so excited. So that's the first phase. Excitement. I just want to create. I'm motivated. I'm inspired. Everything is great. So that's how it starts. But then things start to get a bit more serious. I'm sort of like, wow, art is so cool. I want to get good. So that's when the study phase normally comes into play. This is when I start thinking I want to do studies. I want to practice. I want to get better. But this phase can be a problem because it often coincides with not study phase. It coincides with planning mode. So yeah, study mode and planning mode tend to swap around a little bit, I think. But planning mode is where I get really inspired to do things in the future. Instead of just being excited about art right now, I get excited for the future and I plan what I want to do every day for like the next year. I get so into it. I don't know how to explain it, but I get so planny. It's like I want to plan out every little detail. So I do things where I make specific pages in my sketchbook for a specific topic or purpose. And then this is where it becomes a problem because I start to lose motivation here. So I think it's because I'm limiting myself. I'm trying to force myself to produce a specific thing. It's like, okay, this page in my sketchbook is for anatomy studies. I'm going to learn anatomy and I'm going to get really good at it on this specific page, which means I can't do anything else in my sketchbook until I finish this page. And that's where it becomes a problem. Because if I'm losing motivation at the same time, I'm not going to work in my sketchbook. So that's where things can become a problem. It's like, I want to get good. I want to practice that thing, but I don't want to do that. I want to do something else. And so I think, I don't know how to explain it, but trying to force myself to follow my own plans to get better at art makes me lose motivation. So it's sort of like I end up having a lot of self-doubt. I start to feel really guilty and bad about myself, and like I'm not doing enough, and like I need to work harder. And sorry if the audio is kind of weird. I'm worried my neighbors can hear me. So I might be talking quiet or loud, I don't know. So anyway, yes, I have self-doubt. I worry that I'm not doing enough. I worry that I'm not good enough. I worry that I won't be able to do good enough in the future, and things just sort of go bad from there. When I'm feeling that bad about myself, I kind of give up. I kind of just say, well, if I can't do it, let's just not do it. And this is bad. But at least now I know that I'm doing this, so I can work on it. So I think it never ends up being an actual give up. I never actually give up. I always come back. And that's how I know that I love art and I will keep creating it, because I always come back no matter how many times I give up. I'm always doing art again at some point. So I think I've worked out a little way. I don't know. I think I would like some advice. If anyone has any advice for this, that would be great. How do I extend my good phases and how do I reduce my bad phases? Because I think they're the kind of things that are inevitable. Everyone's gonna have bad phases at some point. So I just want to do like harm minimization and like make it so it's not so bad. So I sort of have an idea. But if anyone has any tips, let me know. I'm gonna read all my comments. I don't get very many comments at the moment, so let me know. I'm gonna read it. I've sort of figured out that because my give up phase isn't really giving up, it's kind of more like taking a break. Maybe instead of trying to push myself when I start to lose motivation, I should just take a break. So maybe I need to work on the planning phase and the study phase and try and stop limiting myself so much. But besides that, when I start to lose motivation, stop pushing myself. If I am losing motivation, I need to stop. I think maybe taking a break from art fully is a good idea. I'm not 100% sure though. I think that if I stop thinking about art for a little while, then maybe I can get my motivation back. I'm not really sure where to go from there. So it's an idea. It's an idea which is to, I don't know, as soon as I start to have problems, let myself rest. And hopefully motivation will come back after that. But not to push myself if motivation doesn't come back. I think that's what I'm going to try and do in the future. And hopefully if some of you guys are struggling with your creative cycles as well, maybe we can all learn to do some harm reduction on our creative cycles. Because I think this is kind of what art block is. Maybe art block's different for everyone, but I feel like this is what art block is, at least for me. But there are other things art block can be, so maybe I'll make a video about that in the future. Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of things to say about art block, so I think I will definitely try and make a video about that in the future. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!